I have seen the Snyder Cut. That's right, everybody. I was not expecting to get to this anytime soon because I ain't buying another streaming service, but a friend of mine let me use his account so that way I could check this out for myself. And now, normally, I would have reviewed it right after I finished it, which would have been last night or the day before today. However, I had work the next morning, so I had to be up at 6 a.m. And that meant when I finished this at like midnight, there was no time to do a video. So we're doing the video now. And you know what? It's a good thing I went a day to think about this movie because I have learned what my true final thought of this movie is from everyone at work asking me what I thought of it. And you know what? Man, it's long. Holy shit. Y'all don't understand. You hear 4 hours, and some people immediately were turned off, and I kind of was too, but a part of me still thought, it'll be fine. It's not fine. It's so long. Jesus. And a lot of people are like, you don't feel it, man. It goes by like nothing. You feel it. It's really long. I'm glad I was at home watching this. I would not have survived a theater. Because, I had to spend a big chunk of this movie on my phone playing on Vanguard Zero. Because, oh, Jesus, it's long. And no, don't sit here and tell me about artistic vision or anything like that. Yeah, it's long. There is no way around it. And also, needlessly, there's so many scenes in this that just go on forever. You see the moment where they should cut it. You see all the things that should not be here. You see everything that an editor would take out. But because they wanted to stick true to Zack Snyder's vision and we got to impress the nutcases who made us do this, they kept in everything, including scenes like Aquaman standing on a pier for a minute, doing and saying nothing. Barry Allen being annoying at a job interview. Oh, God. Oh, wait, and my personal favorite, Lois Lane looking at shirts. We needed this. Oh, God, I felt like I was going to lose it by the last act. Oh, God. And it is largely the same movie. It's just adding everything in the kitchen sink to it. So, all in all, after going on that little rant, did I like it and would I recommend it? Shockingly, I'm gonna say yes. I know, I wasn't expecting this. Really, up until I watched it, I thought for certain I would fucking hate it. I really wasn't looking for it. There's a reason I did a rant video about it, but there is a lot to like here. Now, don't get me wrong. I would not say this is a great movie. It's a very stupid movie. But I think it's very clear when you watch this that this is what Zack Snyder wanted to do from the beginning. I never for once believed he cared about Superman or Batman or anyone in those first two movies. Everything was about getting to do his big epic, his big crazy godlike beings fighting for the fate of mere mortal man. That's what he wanted. So because of this, when he finally gets to it, he's actually able to kind of really craft story and narrative and character in a way I don't think he had done before. And that is very impressive. And, for the most part, I liked the characters more than I thought I would, despite the fact that all Wonder Woman does in this movie is explain shit, except for her scene with Cyborg, which I quite liked. I still don't really like Ben Affleck's Batman, but I think he's fine in this. Henry Cavill's Superman is still really good when he comes back into the movie, which is still such a stupid way to bring him back. I think he's really good. Jason Momoa as Aquaman, I think was still better in his own movie, because you don't really get a good grasp of what he's supposed to be, but he has a nice scene with Barry Allen, and I think that really serves him well. Barry Allen is still the most irritating piece of shit I've ever seen on the big screen. I'm sorry. Maybe Ezra Miller's a nice guy. He's not. No one's ever said he's a nice guy. He's a very douchey person. I'll say this though. They make the dad a little more eccentric in this, so I think that makes it feel a little more grounded why Barry is the way he is. Ray Fisher's Cyborg is actually fucking fantastic. I really could not believe, like, when everyone was saying, like, oh, he's the heart and soul of the movie, I just thought that was a fancy way of saying he had a lot of stuff cut. But no, he is great in this. You feel his trauma and his tragedy and everything he's gone through. There's a real touching scene with his mom that just gets you really on board with this guy. When you see the pain he's going through, everything about it is fantastic. I was not expecting to say Cyborg was the best part of the Justice League movie, but he fucking was. I get why Ray Fisher is so pissed off. Like, no, he is great. Steppenwolf is still absolutely nothing to me. He does have Furby eyes at the end of this. That's kind of funny. Darkseid doesn't look good, but doesn't look as bad as he looked in the trailer. There's some boring exposition machine in it. He's kind of annoying and useless, but they're comic book movie villains. You want to see them get punched. And you know what? The punching in this is actually pretty decent. Restoring the movie to Snyder's weird, washed-out gray look, which I normally don't like, looks better and more consistent than what we got in the last one. So visually it's a lot better. His annoying slow-mo obsession is cranked up to 11, but I think there's still some really good action set pieces and some good fights in this. In particular, the finale battle feels much more clean and giving everyone purpose. There's a really crazy, trippy thing they do in that fight that I was not expecting, that I absolutely fucking loved. And it was good. As for the film's big problems, above all the normal stuff, there's a ton of exposition in this that is so fucking terrible and bad. And I'll say most of the dialogue in this, when it's not a one-liner, is pretty atrocious. Again, it's a dumb movie. Like, it's just punching, but a lot of it is good. The only other issue I had was the way this whole thing wraps up. So what would clearly be the post-credit scenes have been inserted at the end. My guess is just because, like, what's the point of a post-credit scene if, like, the screen's probably just going to recommend you to go watch something in 5 seconds later anyways. So, they just stick them at the end. One is the Luthor bit with Deathstroke, which I don't remember, but I think is longer. That's whatever. And the other one is the Jared Leto thing, which, when we got to the end of this, I was freaking out. Because, like, oh my god, did I miss the Jared Leto thing? Where is it? And then it starts. And it's terrible. It's not his fault. It's not Affleck's fault. It's not anyone's fault. I think everyone is trying. I give Leto credit for wanting to do something, even if I don't really get what he's trying to do. It's so long, like everything else in the movie. It just goes on, and the dialogue is nothing but references and Easter eggs to shit Zack Snyder thinks is cool that's never gonna fucking happen, or we get to see. And then, like, they do, like, a weird masturbation joke, which isn't as big a deal as anyone makes it. It's one line, but you know, I hate to be that guy, but Lego Batman did this take on Batman and Joker's relationship much better. And then we get a totally needless bit with Martian Manhunter, and the movie is over. And I immediately just fell asleep. It's so much to take in. It's also, like, the black suit is totally fucking pointless. And they do a really cool scene when Superman is about to take off again and join the fight. But it is, like, totally ruined because I don't get why he's wearing the black suit. And any impact of it is just destroyed because it's superfluous. And that is how I sum up the way Zack Snyder does his movies. Just a lot of, like, needless fan service, not really integrating into the plot. It's everything you saw from his other two movies cranked up to 11, and while I think it worked, I will say, if you didn't care or are not interested, this will not win you over. It's really just kind of its own weird thing. But I think, like, the biggest thing about this movie, besides the fact that Zack Snyder has used it to gain a lot of attention to suicide awareness and help with that, I really respect the man for doing that. He is a very good human being, even if he's not, in my opinion, a great director. The biggest excitement, the big star of this movie is that it exists. Everything it took to get here, all the insanity brought about along the way, all the just weird Hollywood bullshit politics that went around it. The fact that it's here is its biggest thing. So my biggest recommendation to you all, as you go out into the wild and decide if you want to watch this, well, I spoiled shit, but you get my point. It's fine. I don't think it will win anyone over, but I don't think you'll necessarily be disappointed either. I would love to see a 2-hour cut of this. So yeah, that was Justice League. Give me your thoughts on it below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you still not know it's coming out? Because I found a lot of people still don't really understand what this is. Tell me that below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next time we got some new Card Fight Vanguard and anime shit to talk about around here, boys!